Hello there and welcome to John's English page. I thought I'd do something a bit different today. A lot of people ask me, John, is it possible just to hear you speaking normal English, just so that we can have some listening practice? So I thought, well, that's quite difficult, just sitting here and just talking to the camera about nothing in particular. I'm used to giving people grammar tips or vocabulary suggestions, but just sitting and talking to the camera is not something I've really done before. So I had an idea. I came across something, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. It's a little tool which I thought could help provoke some conversation and give you a nice dose of British English that you can just sit and listen to. And I'm sure you'll learn some new vocabulary and grammatical expressions along the way. So it's not a traditional grammar lesson. This is just me talking spontaneously about some various subjects. Now, the thing that I've got is this. This is called, it's probably backwards there, but it's called Little Talk. And I'll read it. It says, this is for children, really, so it's perfect for me. If you want to empower your child to be their best self while strengthening your relationship together, conversations are a great tool to use. That's my cat, Alan. What's up, Alan? Alan? Alan. Anyway, so it's a way to get your children to talk. And it consists of, if you open this box, you'll see that there is a deck of cards. Quite a big deck of cards. And there's about 150 questions. And they're divided into different categories. You can see they're different colours. So this is blue, these ones are grey, I've got red, I've got dark blue, yellow and green. So these are different categories. I'm not sure what the categories are. Let's have a look. I should be able to find the I should have done this before I started, shouldn't I? This is all part of the spontaneity. Okay, all right. So these are the different categories. I've found it now. Likes and dislikes. That's one category. Hopes and dreams. That's another one. Then we've got emotional intelligence. Okay. We've got self-expression. What else have we got here? Random and reflection. So there you go. These are the different categories. So I'm going to randomly take one of these cards from one of the decks and just answer it normally for you to listen to me speaking spontaneous English. So I'm going to choose red because I've got a red phone box behind me. So I'll take the first card off the top. I haven't seen this. The question is, if you had to do a speech, what would you talk about? That's a good question. I think I would talk about comedy. I would talk about what it is that makes us laugh. Why do we laugh? And what is it about humour and different kinds of humour that makes us giggle? I find this quite interesting because, you know, even the most intelligent person can laugh at the most ridiculous thing. We've got from basic toilet humour to more sophisticated types of humour, and although people have different tastes in terms of humour and different senses of humour, there are certain things which seem to make people laugh across the board. If you take something like Mr. Bean, for example, if you can remember all those years ago, Mr. Bean, he seemed to be very popular across the globe. And there were no words. It was just him miming or finding himself in silly situations. And it was popular from Brazil all the way across to Japan. Everyone knows Mr. Bean. So what was it that was so funny about Mr. Bean? I mean, the actor Rowan Atkinson is an extremely intelligent man. I think he's been to Cambridge University, either Cambridge or Oxford, and he's very well read. But the humour was effectively quite simple. It was just him acting as a foolish guy, childish in his behaviour, and finding himself in ridiculous situations. So yeah, I suppose I find it quite interesting, the whole psychology of humour. So that's probably what I would talk about. I'd have to do some research first, but yeah. Okay, let's take another question. Oh, by the way, if you had to make a speech, what would you make a speech about? You can tell me in the comments and I'll get back to you a little later. Okay, let's take a yellow card. So these are the yellow ones. I can't remember what these are. These are hopes and dreams. If you could start your own business, what would it be? Well, I have started my own business, is teaching English. So if you want to have English lessons, contact me and I'll sort that out for you. But on a serious note, if I could have my own business, what would I have? Well, that's a difficult question as well. I enjoy the business I'm running now, to be honest. I find it gratifying. Over the 20 years that I've been teaching English, I've met thousands, literally thousands of people from around the world. I've taught thousands of people from around the world, from different cultures, from different countries, and it's resulted in me moving to different places. It's resulted in all sorts of changes in my life, which have mostly been positive. So I don't think it's necessarily what you do that's important. I think it's how you do it. So if you're going to start a plumbing business, then you make sure you're the best plumber that you can be. If you're going to be a cook, then you make sure that you throw all of your passion into cooking. And if you're going to be a teacher, then you should do the same. Because if you're not interested in teaching and you're not having fun and you don't enjoy it, then you've got no business being in the classroom. That's what I think. If you don't enjoy it, get out and do something else. Okay, we'll have one more question. I've got blue, light blue, green or grey. Let's go for green because it matches my jumper. Okay, so green is likes and dislike. Where do you most like to eat? I really love food. The problem is I'm not getting any younger and I have to watch what I eat, otherwise I'm going to get fat. So I'm going to imagine that this question is in a hypothetical world where I can eat whatever I want without worrying about becoming unhealthy and massively overweight. So that's it. It's a hypothetical utopia where I can eat anything I want. So I'm going to list a few. Well, first of all, where would I like to eat? Well, with my friends and my family, definitely in good company. This is I heard once that the word company actually comes from the Latin for with bread, company or something, which means that you spend your time with people eating, this is like the etymology of the word company, with bread. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. But anyway, so yeah, I'd like to spend my time with close friends and family eating, and I know this sounds a bit cliche, but I love pizza. I love pizza. I rarely eat it for the reasons mentioned before, but I would love to be able to eat endless amounts of really extensively cheesy pizza. You're probably thinking, what's your favourite pizza, John? Well, my favourite pizza is the 4-cheese pizza. And sometimes I even ask for extra gorgonzola. I said that with an Italian accent. Well, it was half Italian, half English. Gorgonzola, that's how we'd say it in English. I think the Italians would say gorgonzola. But anyway, I'd ask for extra gorgonzola, and maybe, if it's a special occasion, I might even have some mushrooms on it. But, and here's the key, with a 4-cheese pizza, no tomato sauce. A white pizza with no tomato base, and then just the cheeses on top of it. So I hope you enjoyed this slightly different video. Maybe you can answer some of the questions in the comments, and I'll have a look at them later and maybe have a little chat with you. The name of this is, it's called Little Talk, and I think I got it on the internet. Maybe I can put a link in the description if you're interested. I've actually used this, I've taken this to dinner parties for example, and I've got this out at the end and just asked everybody around the table a question. And you know, it can actually result in some pretty deep conversations, even some arguments sometimes, but it is a bit of fun. Everybody can't wait for their turn to be asked a random question, and often it makes people think about things that they've never thought about before. So there you go. Anyway, I'm off because I've got to go and feed my cat, Alan. He's pretty hungry. So thanks very much, and if you enjoy this, then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye.